So you went to college. You go to Langston?
So when I graduated, I went to this school called Columbia College. Okay. It's in Chicago. It's one of them, remember Fame when we was little?
Yeah.
It's one of them schools everybody just get up, start dancing. You know, everybody just get up, start dancing. Exactly. School of the Arts. That's what it was. I went there for like 2 years part-time. So that was like, I came out in 89 to like 90, 91. But then I went away to school because one of my father figures at the time, Big Ollie Copeland, man, I miss him. He was like, dude, going to that school is cool, but you ain't learning nothing, man. You ain't becoming a man. You know what I'm saying?
Dance.
You gotta, yeah, exactly.
You sound like Irene Cara. I'm learning how to dance.
Like Leroy.
For real.
But you know, my mom, and like I said, my mom ended up going to college, getting a master's and stuff later on in life. But at the time, she was like, you can learn everything you want here in Chicago. And I was like, okay. So we were taught you go to high school, then you go to college. Yes. Then you get a job and you get a house. And we know that that's the furthest from the truth. But when I went away, I mean, when I went to Columbia, and my father figure, he was like, his son, me and him was like best friends. And he was like, you need to go away. So you know Hollywood Henderson that played for the Cowboys?
Yes, he used to be a member of my church.
Which is the cousin of my mentor, Oliver Copeland.
Wow.
And he went to Langston in Oklahoma. So I ain't never met Hollywood, but I see him on Facebook, and I know he around somewhere around here in Dallas.
Oh, two-time lottery winner.
Exactly. So he don't know that he's the reason that I was able to go to Langston University in Oklahoma, HBCU. And that changed my life. That's how I ended up in Dallas.
From Langston.
From Langston University. Yeah.
Now how far before we go to Langston, I just thought about something because a lot of people never been to Chicago.
Right.
They hear all these stories and Cabrini Green.
That's on the north side. I stayed on the south side. Okay. So I'm over there with Robert Taylor Holmes and the Ickeys, Cabrini Green, Argyle Gardens. Okay. Where Tim Hardaway is from. Okay. Juwan Howard. Actually, me and him played summer league together because he lived up the street on the bridge in Princeton Park. So those cats are legends in Chicago. But I stayed on the south side. You know, the south side, north side, east side, west side. Chicago is one of the most segregated cities in America. Really? You know where the white people be, you know where the black people be. Yeah. Like literally. They call it redlining. Yes. After construction, redlining. They did a great job of redlining Chicago. A lot of that. Oh, absolutely.
You ever watched that series, The Chi?
Oh, yes.
Good show, ain't it?
I love The Chi.
The Chi is
I love The Chi. Show, man. Matter of fact, I call him Emmett. Jacob Lattimore, mom is a good friend of mine. Her name is Tish. But he was like one of the first guests on my podcast, Big Bink's Break Room Podcast. So The Chi is doing a beautiful job. What, they on season 5 now?
Oh, yeah.
Like that. Yeah. I don't miss The Chi.
That's a good series, man. Ooh, that's a good series. Started off
really good. And then, what's the young lady? I forget the name. Her name. That does the actual.
Oh, the director, the writer?
Yeah.
Who was that, baby?
I forget her name.
That's one of your people.
Well, she's doing a good job. You watching? She's doing an excellent
Ava
job.
DuVernay.
No. Ava DuVernay is the.
Yeah.
Is another girl. It's Shonda Rhimes, Ava DuVernay, and then this other girl. I forget her name. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. It'll come to y'all.
Yeah, but she's awesome though. She's doing a good job.
Issa Rae?
No, not Issa Rae.
No.
No. That's Insecure. She's an actor.
She's hilarious.
Just type in director for The Chi.
Oh, she's a writer too. Issa Rae?
Yeah. She does a good job.
Very good job. So, Langston University.
Man.
You said you attempted to play basketball.
Yeah. Because I used to hoop in high school and, used to do my thing out there at the local park and all that old stuff.
So, wait.
That's her. Yeah.
I read it. Well, Google the mother.
Are you kidding me?
Man.
That's another segment too.
Yeah, man. Wait, get encyclopedia. Let me get my encyclopedia. You gotta be fast with it, man. I see the Breakfast Club up there with the apples. That's what it is. Real fast.
Exactly.
We got to get it like that. Yeah. So I was thinking about something else about Chicago before. Oh, tell us about when you were coming up in Chicago, about the hip hop scene in Chicago.
That's cool. So before hip hop, it was house music.
Okay.
House music was everything. Mm-hmm. Like I say, when I was little, it was R&B music.
Yes.
That morphed into house music. That's when the radio, at least in Chicago, was the God. It's people that, even though I've been in radio 20 years, I still haven't met and probably would melt if I met them because they were DJs and they mixed this house music. The house music movement in Chicago became popular. They started playing the house records in regular rotation. So you would listen to the radio for the 12 o'clock lunch mix because you knew you was going to hear some house music.
Wow.
But when you started hearing all these records during regular rotation, it just made the radio that much bigger and better, at least for me.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? So it just spread. Now, out of house music came hip house.
Hip house.
Hip house.
Give me an artist.
Fast Eddie.
Fast Daddy. Okay.
Tyree.
Tyrese.
Sundance.
Okay.
They had songs that had house beats, but they were rapping.
Okay.
And they were usually dance songs.
Okay.
I mean, with a dance cadence or something. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
From that, slowly start morphing into hip hop.
Yeah.
But it was getting bled in from, New York and LA and Philly and all these artists. So it used to be all of the house DJs started becoming hip hop DJs.
Oh, okay.
It's a guy named Pink House, legend in Chicago. Legend. I met him one time, got a chance to meet him one time, but I really wasn't in the game. When I met him, I was a fan, but he was one of those guys. He was a house DJ.
Yeah.
He was one of those guys.
Yeah.
But he morphed into a hip hop DJ.
Changed with the time, baby.
And he changed with the time. He reinvented himself, and unfortunately, he ended up passing away in 96, 97.
Damn.
But that was during the transition of house music, which Chicago is still known for to this day. Then came the house music, and you had underground artists that started going on these underground radio stations. HBK and Columbia College had a radio station, and we were, like I said, New York was the influence, LA was the influence, and all in between. Then, people like Common, and they started to get hot, and a lot of it's other guys that I can't think of right now, but Common is the one that stands out because he actually went and took it to the next level.
Yes, he did.
But
back when he was Common Sense.
Yeah, back then he was Common Sense. Can I borrow $1? That was the name of his first little record. But
jamming.
Even before Resurrection, he did so much, for Chicago hip hop, and there are tons more. I just can't really think of them right now. But the underground radio stations were playing music, and I remember KKC, that's a college radio station, but it was a big deal back then, and they were playing 3 Times Dope and Salt and Pepper and YG, Thinking of a Master Plan. All these records, and it started bleeding into the culture. And then obviously the television, we looked and saw the videos. I ain't no joke. I can remember, real quick story. I can remember looking at videos. So, and again, all these nice, happy R&B records, and Eric B and Rakim came on. I ain't no joke.
Yes.
First time seeing something like that. Blew my mind. Big old chain.
Yeah, big dookie.
He had the pump and the little he had his haircut, and Eric B back there, all them chains, and I'm looking like
dookie chains.
My face is like, what in the fuck is this?
What's the guy? Well, what's the guy in New York that do all the Gucci? What's his name? Dapper Dan. They had Dapper Dan.
Yes.
You remember the Dapper Dan girl? The Louis Vuitton, everything.
Yes.
Boy clean.
Yes. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
So it blew my mind. And then it just, eventually house music, it's still house to this day, but hip hop
is it.
took over everything.
It's your girl Jazzy K with Super Tight TV. We want to thank everyone that's been watching. Hey, if you do us a favor and hit that subscribe button, also press the notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video.
Know I'ma get some game tuned in with Super Tight. Yeah, I get it all up from Big Bobo. From the front seat, not no photos.